Welcome back to another Shrine Breaker guide. I'm here off stream just to kind of talk to you guys about the Season 15 Shrine Breaker build. One of my favorite builds is usually what I call Big Bear or Colossal Bear or Colossal Breaker or whatever you want to call it. I have like a lot of Shrine Breaker builds, but this is by far one of my favorites. I'm just going to talk about itemization and my runes, and then I'm going to go into a quick VOD just to kind of explain my playstyle, my split push strategy, and how I go about team fights and stuff.
Stop the ports!
Your shrines will fall!
ARTHEO!
So, number one thing is when you're starting out with starter item, the Wind's Ring is one of the top because, it gives you mana sustain. Another option, you can go Dark Seal into refillable. That way you're not wasting as much gold. You don't have to go back and get a refillable. You're already all set. And a lot of times, if you get a first blood, you can start stacking early and snowball with Dark Seal. Sometimes you can go Doran's Ring into Dark Seal if you, for example, get first blood and go back real quick and get a Dark Seal and start snowballing, from there on out. I usually do that if I get first blood and I'm low on health. I need to go back. That's the time that I'll have like a Doran's Ring and a Dark Seal combination. But either way, whatever you do, if you start with this and this or whatever, I usually get a call. Call on Volibear is extremely good, especially with split push when you're playing top lane. Getting the wave after wave and all those plates from the tower, you're going to get a lot of gold. And it's going to help you buy the items you need. And one of the things that I like about Heartsteel this season is that Baron doesn't spawn until like 25 minutes, which is like later than usual. So no matter what, it's going to be late game. And Volibear is the most powerful, especially top lane, on a Baron wave with the hullbreaker. So we're building hullbreaker third item. So we want to scale to the late game. And the best way to do that is with Heartsteel stacks. And often you can do Dark Seal stacks. If you're fed, you can upgrade this, to Magias. I could throw that in there if you want to upgrade. It's up to you. Other options here I like to go is Iceborne, Spirit. I can probably put all these in this category. This is usually what I build. Occasionally I'll throw in a Nashers, maybe. But most of the time I try to stick to health scaling items. Hollow would be another good one that scales with health. And maybe this item here scales with health. You can't go wrong with these options. These are alternatives. But I always stick to Riftmaker and Titanic because those two scale with Volibear's ult. So when Volibear gains HP, he does more damage during those time. And also Titanic is really good with wave clear. Just that alone with the combination of Riftmaker does a lot to targets around you in team fights. You get a lot of AoE damage. You get an extra active, which is really good with Volibear's Q and W combo. You do a lot up front. And then Riftmaker is more of like a combat kind of item. So your E and your passive is usually delayed before your Q and W when you're fighting. So that delayed combat, you get the vamp, you get the extra bonus magic damage. It just allows you to sustain in team fights and deal bonus damage over time. And, get maximum tower damage. That's the goal with this. Especially with Demolish, you're going to one-shot towers. And the more Heartsteel stacks you get, the bigger that damage is going to get onto those towers and onto targets, especially squishy targets. And Riftmaker gives you that balance of not only you're one-shotting, squishy targets like AD carries and supports or mid laners, but you can also deal with like tanks. You can shred tanks down. Titanic is good, but it's not like enough damage to take care of tanks, especially in the late game. Riftmaker is going to help you with that. And if you're really struggling into tanks, This right here is the most important thing you want to take. If you can take that, that's going to give you the true damage. Going to help you, shred down those tanks even more. I apologize. I'm a bit under the weather. I'm kind of sick, recovering from that, but that ain't going to stop me from making guides. And then at the end, I usually go Unending Despair. And the reason why I do that is because I need armor and magic resist, but also even more sustain. Every 4 seconds, same time as Volibear's W, you're healing. So not only are you healing from your W, you're healing from this. You got the vamp from Riftmaker while you're in combat. It's just, and then also you got to consider this. Heartsteel procs, you gain HP. So you're always getting like some type of healing. So you get health, you get vamp, you get extra heal, you get your W, you get your shield. And the shield is bigger, by the way, with AP. It's also bigger with Spirit. If you wanted to go, instead of Titanic, you could go Spirit, maybe with Iceborne or something like that. You can control the crowd. Those are all good options, but I usually stick to, the side lanes and, trying to waste everybody's time being as tanky as I am. They can't really catch me, especially with Swift March. That's why movement speed is incredibly important on Volibear. You need to be able to waste people's time or run target to target. You can't afford to get CC'd, slowed, especially slowed. CC is one thing, but slow, you can't afford to not be able to stick to the target. But if you're getting really heavily CC'd out there, I would definitely consider Iceborne. But otherwise, this is usually a good setup for Volibear. And I'm going to hop into the game and show you real quick. A game that I was basically camped by a Shaco. And I was versus cho'gath, if I pronounced that right. Cho'gath or Cho or whatever you want to call him. Which is an ideal matchup for Volley. But, he can also be intimidating to face too. Because, cho'gath is fucking tanky as hell. He also goes Heartsteel. But if you go at this build, Heartsteel into Riftmaker, you can easily beat him. But that game, specifically I want to talk about, it's not my normal lane phase. My lane phase, I usually get plate after plate. I'm able to proxy. But I'm in a situation where I can't do that because the jungler is camping me and there's always somebody in my lane. So I'm going to demonstrate that and what to do and show you how powerful this build is into the mid to late game on Volibear. Before we get into that, I'm going to talk about the runes. I got 2 types of runes here. First, I'm going to cover this one. I call these the Storm runes, where you use Gathering Storm. This is really good with like Riftmaker. Gives you that extra AP on top of all the HP that you're scaling with Overgrowth. I could argue you could go double scaling HP runes. Probably recommend that, but you could also go adaptive, give you a little extra damage. But this is just incredibly good into late game. And Nimbus Cloak is going to allow you to get away from the Avengers if everybody's, coming to get you. It allows you to outplay them, dodge skill shots or reach targets that are difficult to get to. That's this type of runes, but I'm gonna say these runes are good, but the best runes on Volibear this season is actually these runes. I called it the War runes. And Volibear is the god of storm and war. So I highly recommend taking these runes this season because you are going to be a part of team fights, especially with that Baron being late game. And when you have Heartsteel, it's incredibly important to use all that damage and stack as much as you can in team fights. So Triumph is going to come in handy. So every target that you or your ally takes down, you're going to get, like I said, another heal, right? You got Graps heal, you got second wind in between your W heal, your W, heal on top of, Triumph. And then if you think about Riftmaker, you think about Heartsteel's procs, and you think about, what else? Unending Despair in the super late game. And then also, I forgot to mention the value of this right here. If you drink that, that's going to give you bonus health. So if you think about that with the Volibear's ult, that gives you more health. So you're always getting some type of like health restoration or bonus health or, heal That's why it works so well on Volibear. So these are very important. And Last Stand, I can't argue this enough. This is incredibly good on Volibear, especially the more his health drops, the more damage he's going to deal. So his W, his E, all this sustain that you have, all this health, heal, whatever, it's going to allow you to abuse this. And in the early game, if you decide to proxy, and you know the jungler, they're always going to come for you, they're always going to try to stop you. This is going to give you more damage when you're fighting 1v2. And a lot of times, you can win. You can get a double kill, and then, you know, get even more gold, not only from, like, Call in a wave, but also from Triumph. It's a huge amount of gold. Even, you know, taking maybe 1 or 2 plates on top of that. That's why I go that. But most importantly, in team fights, you got to have this. And I think after the 20-minute mark or whenever it is, maybe it's 25 minutes, I don't know when. But everybody gets the blue buff. And a lot of times when you're playing top side, let's say you're on the red side, you can go over to the jungler side once you've taken the first tower or whatever. You can take the blue buff and sustain even more and never run out of mana. And usually you should be fine with just the Doran's Ring. And if you're smart, you're not going to waste too many abilities. All you need is maybe 1 E on a wave and just use your passive for the rest of it. Okay, you don't need to be spamming your abilities out there. But yeah, and you should be good. You don't have to worry about that. If you struggle, then fine, you can switch to this, but you're going to find out, like, later in the game, you're going to struggle to stay alive. So Triumph is really a lifesaver this season, and I highly recommend it. I'm going over VOD, just so you guys can understand what's going on in this game. It's much easier for me to explain than it is into a live game. So I can explain how to play this playstyle. It's just going to make it a lot easier for you guys to understand and, you know, play my playstyle a lot better. So you can see here the Doran's Ring, how effective it is. And you start with E first. So I might, you know, speed things up just to, you know, get some of the things just to get straight to the point. So you focus on farming. You try to get all 12 if you can. If you miss a few, that's okay, but you try your best. And if he walks up, you just use your E. So I got the level 2. He's respecting me. He's not going too close to me. But now you want to ward. I usually ward this bush. Sometimes you can ward over here if you want to. I just ward there. Get this up. So not a lot's going to go here since I got the advantage here. Went for the trade here. So all we're doing here is just farming. So now Shaco's here. And I know that Shaco's going to show up at some point. But sometimes I go in here and I try to land my E, but he ends up warding this bush. So I wasn't able to do that. But now Shaco's here. So I know that. So I get away, I dodge that. Whatever. And here's where I make the mistake. By going back in. I should wait and, you know, for Shaco to go away entirely. So he goes back in on me, and this is where I kind of get screwed here. I tried to ghost out. And this is where, like, the storm runes, by the way, come in handy. With Nimbus Cloak, I would have been able to dodge Shaco's, what do you call it, toy box or whatever. So it's just unfortunate there. So I teleport back. So I'm not missing too much. Alright, so here's watch what happens here. I want to keep my eye on Shaco because Shaco camped me pretty hard this game. So I go ahead and proxy. And I'm only doing 1 wave. Just because I want to be able to go back and get an item. Now, usually I get a call, but since I got ganked, I kind of want to just prioritize building whole heart steal right away. Because most of the time I go back, I get a call, and then I, you know, build my item. But right now I want to focus on getting my item because he has a lead. He's definitely going to get heart steal before me. But if I can time it to where, you know, it's close enough, I can stay in the game and still win. Alright, so Grubby's is up. Alright, so usually what I do is when the canyon's here, I always walk up to get plate. That's usually what I do. But I kind of failed to realize that the Grubbies are up. So I go ahead, and he's here. I end up getting out, but it's just not enough. I'm getting slowed. I don't have boots yet. So I end up dying here. This is really bad. So I would say this is kind of on me. Like, all I need to do is just walk up, get plate, walk back, and then prepare for this. That's it. Going forward was my mistake on that one. That's fine, whatever. I can own up to those two mistakes that I did early. But the thing is that you need to pay attention to is CS. So my CS is still up there. I'm still alright. So hard push this. Got the canyon wave again, so I plan on walking up. I don't walk up on this because the wave's kind of thinning out. And Shaco's here again, but also Fizz is also up here. It's kind of crazy. My jungler is on the dragon, which is great. So it's just insane how much help this guy is getting. That's whatever. I go ahead and die here. That's fine, whatever. So from this point forward, I died 3 times, but I'm still ahead in CS. But I can't afford to keep dying and dying and dying. I need to be able to farm. I need to be able to get my item. So at this point forward, I realized, like, okay, this is how they want to play it. They just want to camp top all the time. So I'm just going to chill from this point forward. I'm not going to be able to do what I want to do. Go ahead and push this. Go ahead and proxy here. He's already got heart steal. Oh my god, Thresh, Fizz, all looking for me here. I'm glad I didn't double proxy there, but like I said, this is where I just want to chill. And know where they're at before I do anything. So I'm not going to push, I'm not going to do anything, I'm just going to farm. That's it, I'm not going to do anything. Now I'm going to go back. I have teleport, so now I have heart steal, so it's roughly close enough. You know, he's got 1 proc, maybe 2, I don't know. I think that's 1 proc. So my jungler is getting caught, you know, I don't know, man. The enemy team is just looping up early, roaming. So I can't do anything there, I can't help out. I've already been ganked enough. Go for a proc here. Watch this. Here's Shaco again. Here he is, always coming up to help this guy. He won't even let him have a battle. Alright, so whatever, hold out. Watch this. Hit him with the combo. Boom! Payback's a bitch. Payback's a bitch. Hit him with that dance. And clear this wave. I'm gonna type some shit right now. That's why I'm standing still. I'm typing back. Go back. And then I get boots, and I'm starting to work on Riftmaker. That's the goal, second item, Riftmaker. And it's also going to help you with clear, be able to push, give you a lot of attack speed on the passive. The thing about Riftmaker is the skills with HP. So that's what makes it nice. When you ult, you deal more damage during that time. Got a Heartsteel Pock. Yeah, we're just chilling, farming. That's all we're doing. We're not doing anything crazy.
Live for a few centuries, and you will try everything at least once.
Alright, so here's where he's roamed. So I'm not going to care about that. All I can do is just ping my teammates off. So he's obviously going to get fed off my teammates that aren't listening to pings and whatever. But my priority right now is to focus on farming and getting the first tower. So yeah, he ends up getting a kill. So I just go in here to check it out. I actually go in here to get the red buff. I didn't know Shaker was here. So it's kind of unfortunate. Here he is again. So I got to ult out here so I don't get caught. Whatever, we're gonna chill. I mean, my team has to give this up. Like, I don't know why we want to challenge that. We're not in position to. So I just farm. I don't know what my jungle is doing there. I don't know what my team's doing. Like, yeah, why are you dying for it? Not worth. Alright, so I got this. This is going to allow us to deal bonus damage, which is really good against tanks. And he's going for Despair, which is a really good item. But it's not strong enough to beat, you know, Heartsteel Riftmaker, Volibear. Team's on Dragon. So one thing that Shaco's not doing, he's not getting objectives. I mean, he's got one dragon, but my team's picking up 2 dragons, and I believe we have more grubbies. The only thing they picked up is probably the Rift, but that's about it. Shaco's spending too much time top lane. And here they are, they're back again. And not only that, all of them are up here. Like, I got 4 champions up here. 4 champions, imagine that. Hit him with that. Whatever. I don't know why they had to be here. I probably could have taken that tower. But now I got Swifties, so I'm incredibly fast now. Beat this up, he takes tower, whatever, it doesn't matter. We're just gonna chill. Farm. I don't know, he went mid for some reason. Now he's teleporting back, but I'm still going to be able to take that. So you can see here, he's got a good kill lead here. He's 6-1, got 600 G bounty. I go in here and I pick up my double kill here. And now I have Riftmaker. Our Bane's up here. Oh my god, let's go back and watch that. Watch this fight. He didn't even stand a chance. Alright, dragon's up, so we're gonna hard pressure this lane. In fact, we should be able to take this entire tower. The Heartsteel can demolish. So good. Plus Riftmaker, you get a lot more attack speed on the passive. But taking that tower gave me a lot of gold. So if you think about it, if I didn't have a bad start early and I took Call, how much gold you would rake off that second tower, including Call? Absolutely broken amount of gold. So I'm gonna, try to flank these guys, but, play it slow. Play it slow, get some Heartsteel stacks. Alright. And we'll go back on this guy. Nothing to be afraid of. I got Riftmaker. Alright, so we win this fight. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to be able to stop. Oh, man. He ends up... which is crazy, because he smited too soon. He ends up still getting it. So we go for Baron here, actually. Which is actually a really good play. The Shaco died, so... I'll take it. I prefer to have Baron over, whatever. So I'm working on Hullbreaker right now. You always want to time Hullbreaker with the Baron. But unfortunately, because of my bad early start, I wasn't able to, have my Hullbreaker on time with the Baron. But most games, I usually do have Hullbreaker ready by that time. Since Baron no longer spawns at 20-minute mark, it's at 25-minute mark. So it allows you to, build Hullbreaker as a third item. So you could build it as a second item if you wanted to, but I prefer to have the damage. We're getting some Heartsteel procs. So I decided to actually walk away from this because Quinn's in it. I didn't see that she's low, but I didn't want to waste my time here fighting him. And I want to make sure these supers stay where they are. And, avoid taking any damage to the Nexus. So I just keep the pressure here. Take that tower. Shaco's dead. I wanted to go bot. Take their wave, so instead I'm just going to go with them. I'm just going to go down here while everybody's here. And try to see if we can force them to answer to this. Oh man, she's so lucky. But we should be able to take this tower. Get the Baron buff. And I got Hullbreaker, which is perfect timing. Should be able to kill all these guys. And get this tower. And Hullbreaker scaled with health, so it gives it a bigger proc damage the more health you have. I'm just gonna get the fuck out. So this guy's probably dead. So I'm just gonna run out. They can't catch me because I have Swifties. And when I upgrade that to tier 3 boots or whatever. This right here is what I'm talking about. Now I got 70 movement speed. And got that slow resist. They're not going to be able to catch me. He also has Swifty, so he's going to be also pretty fast. So I got to watch out for his knock-up abilities and stuff like that. But I teleport here immediately. The reason why is because everybody's going to be at the dragon fighting, and I need to force them to get back, give my team the advantage. So he's 9-3, whatever, but it doesn't matter. I'm 6-3. I'm gonna take. Look at Shaco. Why is Shaco here? Shaco should be at dragon. He should be sending his top laner here. But no, he has to be here. It's whatever. I take that in front of him. And I see him running, so I know that's the real one. I, I take him out, and then I go ahead and take this, switch over to Big Bear now. That it's actually long overdue. I usually switch over when the Baron's up. But my bad, I forgot. But anyway, I ult out so I don't die to this guy, and I just get the fuck out. And now we're working on Titanic. Boom, we have Titanic. That's going to give us amazing wave clear, AoE damage to everybody in the area. And most importantly, these two items, all three items actually, scale with HP. That's why we do it. Alright, so I tell my team to do Baron so I can just keep the pressure here. And my team actually dies. My team actually dies here, unfortunately. And they probably end up going for the Baron. Well, only Pantheon died, so it's not as bad. But nobody's there to help him with the Baron. Like, I don't know what she's doing. But, it's whatever. Dude, they're chasing me here. But watch this. This is how fast I am. There's nothing they can do. Push this wave real quick. So, you want to keep the pressure. So they're doing the Baron now. So you always want to keep that pressure. They ended up getting Baron, which is unfortunate. But that's okay. So I'm just going to walk this way instead of, you know, doing the bear special right now. All right. All right, so now you can see I'm working on Unending Despair. So not only that I have a Canyon minion or a Jack Super right here that has armor and magic resist. This gives me armor and magic resist too, and Despair is going to heal me every 4 seconds, which is the same timing as Volibear's W. It's super good, plus the Vamp that you get from this, and the Pox from Heartsteel, in addition to my runes. I got Triumph, Graps, Overgrowth. So I got a lot of like health, restoration, healing. Alright, so we stopped this guy. So the reason I didn't fight him in lane is because he's a tanky motherfucker. I don't want to waste all my health on this guy. So I gotta be able to stop them mid lane as well. So I got annoyed that I couldn't kill this guy. Thresh did a good job taking me off of him, so I just take my anger all out on this guy. Like, oh, you want to pull me? Okay, motherfucker. Here you go. Shut the up. And now I push mid. And all I'm going to do is just stay here and push. I'm going to prevent these supers from, you know, going down here. And Dragon's up, so I have all the wave clear I have right now. I have Titanic, Riftmaker. They're never going to be able to get these supers past me. Now, Dragon's up. You want to continue to keep the pressure. You don't need to be at Dragon Fight. You don't need to be there. Shaco's over here wasting his time. So I don't know what he's doing. Alright, so I'm going to back off a bit. And the fight's going to break down here. And I know they're all going to go top, so I'm going to be ready for that. So I got to try to peel for the Bane. Shred this tank down. Alright, so I'm going for Quinn here. Unfortunately, Pantheon's gonna die. But I at least can stop them from taking base. Pop. And I'm 9-3 now. 700 G bounty. I'm gonna focus this guy here to tank. go. Alright, this guy gets away. That's fine. We're just gonna go ahead and clear the waves. Alright, now I got Despair. Now we're gonna get a lot of healing off this. I already have 2,168 grasp pox and 1,792 second wind healing, which is insane, and 2,517 triumph heals. Almost 400 health on here. Plus, if I ran double scaling health runes, I would have had so much HP. Alright, we're gonna run these guys down. Focus on Quinn. Alright, skill block. Now we're gonna focus on the tank. Shred him down. And what's nice about focusing a tank is Volibear's W is every 4 seconds, right? Plus and then in Despair. So it's so easy to keep healing off this guy. And sustain. I'm gonna focus the tank. There we go. Now we're gonna run this guy down. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna hit that bear special. Boom. Watch that demolish. Bam! One shot that tower. Oh, it must be a glitch. Must be a glitch. I'm not sure why this tower is showing up. That's a little weird. Let's see it again. Okay, there it is. My bad. There it is. I don't know why it did that, but anyway, I destroyed both towers. But like, if you look, I have Titanic plus hullbreaker. What else do I got? What else do I got? I have this. This right here is what I'm talking about. This little pot right here. I have ult as HP plus my ult. I gain HP from that. Okay, so all that damage is going on to this. Look at that. Look at the numbers. And then Riftmaker, you can see there, 102 ability power. Just by stacking health. All this health that I have. Overgrowth, Graps, and Titanic as well. You deal more with the active, and during the ult, all three of these items deal more during that time. So every skipper passive is dealing a bigger prop, if that makes sense. And same with Unending Despair. During my ult, I heal more. I also damage more with this. So this build is just insane. But they're unable to stop me here from taking this. So I went from 0 and 3 in lane, getting camped, to 11 and 3 with a 700G bounty, 315 CS. Even though he's 15 and 5 and 8, that's a good score to have. I'll give him credit for, you know, going mid and fucking up my team and teleporting back and whatever. But in the end, the Volibear is always going to triumph and take every single tower in this fucking game and 1v9 for the team. And this is why I recommend this build. It's just so good. So if we can quickly look at the stats here, you know what an ending, right? At the start we were 0 and 3. We were getting hard camped. Everybody's fucking top as usual, right? That's the top lane experience. But I wasn't able to proxy and do what I love to do and take, every single plate. Sometimes you got to work with the situation and, scale to the late game. And Heartsteel, Riftmaker, Titanic, Hullbreaker, all these items scale with health. And it's going to help you a lot in team fights. So that's why I recommend it. And, this guy's built in the same way, except for he's going full tank. He's kind of lacking damage. Yeah, he'll probably, get a hold of the squishies and whatnot. But he's kind of lacking damage compared to Volley. He's not going to be able to 1v1 me. If anything, I would probably recommend him to go Thornmail. Thornmail might counteract, my ability to sustain with all the healing I have, especially Riftmaker's Vamp. But I don't know. I would have to see, but I think that would be a better option than going Frozen Heart. Maybe he was forced to go Frozen Heart into Vayne, which might explain. But, and also this guy, he has a fake Twitch name here. I don't know what's up with that. I tried looking this guy up, but he does not exist. But whatever. So the most important thing, and you're looking at the damage is up there when you play this build. But that's not the most important. The most important part is this right here. As long as that is over your top laner, you're doing your job as a top laner, putting pressure on that map. And the second I usually look at is this. And you can see I'm like the third on there. Usually I'm second, sometimes first. But objectives are very important. You see where he's lacking. He's lacking with map pressure. He's lacking with objectives, which is crazy because seems like he's been in every team fight, right? And so have I. I've been forced to team fight in this game, and this is one of the reasons why I recommend these runes for this season. And going Heartsteel into this type of build with the Volibear is you want to be able to deal as much AOE damage as possible in team fights, and just that your job is to be a juggernaut. Your job is to go in there and just fuck everybody up. And this is one of the best ways to do it. When you ult in team fights, gain all that HP, and lay the smackdown, with Riftmaker and Titanic, and the hullbreaker procs, it's just insane how much you can do in team fights. And not only that, you can dive those towers, take towers with the teammates. If you win the team fight, you can mow an entire lane down. In that game, we didn't get the Rift Herald. Imagine if we did. And with the Rift Herald, you can really mow down the entire lane. If you open up the lane early, you're going to set yourself up for that bear special every single game. But yeah, this is one of my favorite builds to run on Volibear this season. I would recommend you try it out, especially with these runes. Don't underestimate these runes. These runes are incredibly strong on Volibear. Now, other options you can go Spirit, increase the healing if you want to. Instead of going Titanic, you can do that since you have Riftmaker. Riftmaker is like your main core. You're in Heartsteel on the Riftmaker, you're like a fucking god out there. You can go Iceborne Spirit if you want to, but usually I do that more in the jungle. Jungle, I have to tank more to my team, especially early game. I usually go Iceborne Spirit setup. But for the side lanes, I like to take as much HP as I can and just demolish those towers, and waste their time, gain HP by, getting a proc off of them. If I got 2 or 3 champions trying to gank me, I'll just slap them with the Heartsteel stack, and, at least I get something out of it, right? So if I die, hey, I got some extra HP. That means the next time I walk up to a tower, it's going bye-bye. Or the next time I, get a hold of a squishy, I'm going to deal more damage to them. So, yeah. So that's pretty much my quick guide on Season 15 Volibear. As always, if you want to watch me live, you can watch me on Twitch. I'm always posting, live gameplay. This is just strictly a guide just to teach you real quick on, everything. What's going on the map, where to split push, when to split push, when to be a part of team fights. This is why I do like the VOD replay kind of style. But yeah, you can, if you guys prefer, like watching the live gameplay, I have that. I always have that. So this is just a special treat. This is free. This is legit, something you can learn from, okay? I don't want to hear anybody complaining, oh, well, I prefer a live game video. Like, come on now. Like, I upload almost every day. And I'm usually live most of the time during the week. All right, so if you guys like this video, please like, subscribe if you want to see more content. I appreciate everybody tuning in. It means a lot.
Stop the ports!
Your shrines will fall!
ARTHEO!